Coming up on the Lincolnshire Kitchen.
I can do a sorbet and a jam with that. To be honest, I feel like I'm going to take this off the heat any moment, so I'm just taking off where I can and making sure that the majority of what I'm picking is black in colour. And there we are. There you have it. Elderberry and Blackberry Jam. Welcome back to the Lincolnshire Kitchen for another episode of Foraging, finding food for free. And we're mid through August at the minute, the summer season, and we have some ripe elderberries out here. So I'm going to be picking some of these today. We're going to take them back to the kitchen. We're going to do some elderberry jam and maybe even some sorbet. The important thing about these berries is that you identify them correctly for a start, but also you must cook them before you consume them. You must cook them. They are toxic if you don't. They will give you extreme stomach issues if you eat them raw. So I'm just taking off where I can and making sure that the majority of what I'm picking is black in colour, and then I'll take the rest of the stalk off back in the kitchen when I'm preparing the berries. I'm going to get quite a big tub of these, I'm hoping, just because we want to make a couple of things with them. We want to do the sorbet, as I said, and a jam. So I'm also picking a few blackberries in with my elderberries, because that one's ready, darling.
This one?
Yeah, you can pick that one. It's because there's such a prominent amount of blackberries in this area with the elderberries. I thought it'd be a shame to miss out on the opportunity. I might even put them together and make elderberry and blackberry jam. And then depending on how much we've got, we'll see if we've got enough to make sorbet as well. So we've been collecting elderberries and blackberries for about 20 minutes now. I've filled up a decent, I think it's a 4 litre tub nearly. We'll prepare them when we get home, wash them, de-stalk them, weigh out, see what we've got, and then we'll see from there what we can do recipe wise for the jam. As I said, maybe a sorbet if we've got enough. We might just get away with a jam. We'll see what we've got.
Welcome back to the kitchen. So now we're back. We've got our elderberries and we've got some blackberries. So I'm just going to start preparing them by removing all the elderberries from the stalks. Now I'm not going to give you a recipe at this point. First off, I want to check how many I've got, the weight, and then from there I can work out exactly how much sugar I'm going to need and water I'm going to need to turn this into a jam. And then I can also deduct whether I'm going to have enough to make a sorbet as well. So first off, I'm just taking all the berries off the stalks like so. It is a bit of a finicky job, but they do come out off fairly easily. And I'll check in again with you once this job's been complete.
So we've picked off all the elderberries. All the stalks are in here, and I'm just going to weigh out what we've got. So as I said on our walk, we've combined the elderberries with blackberries, just to bulk it out, because the opportunity was there to pick all these wonderful blackberries and we didn't really want to waste it, so we thought we'll put them together. 1,054 grams, so we've got over a kilo. So I can do a sorbet and a jam with that. That's amazing. I'm going to go what, 500 odd each, I think. My sorbet calls for 400 grams and my jam 500. So if I leave 400 in this bowl and put, well, if I put 400 in here because it's smaller, I'm going to have a little go at some elderberry and blackberry jam. So I've weighed out 500 grams of the berries, 500 grams of jamming sugar, and 1 lemon, although I've only got half a lemon. I'm sure it'll be fine with half a lemon. And in addition, I've got a couple of cloves that I'm going to add to the mix. So cloves, just like that, everyone knows what a clove is. So I'm going to add that to the pan, and it's going to get filtered out when we push it through the sieve after it's boiled and hit that 105 boiling point mark. So I'm just going to add everything to the pan now, like so. Sugar going in. Going to get that on the heat. So I'm just getting the heat on now, getting that heat up. I'm going to squeeze my lemon in. I'm not adding any liquid to this, my recipe doesn't call for any water. I'm hoping this recipe is going to give me quite a bit of jam. I'm hoping to get a bit more than I got from my sea buckthorn, although that was lovely. 105 is the temperature you're looking for with jam. 105 Celsius. Just mixing it all round, mixing that sugar in. It's already released a lot of liquid. Not quite at the boil yet. Can we see? Yeah, just quite a lot of juice come out of that. Nearly there now, guys. To be honest, I feel like I'm going to take this off the heat any moment. Yeah, I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to start sieving the jam and then get it into my sterilised pots. Looks like I have got quite a good amount this time. So just pouring that over the sieve. Smells delicious again. And yeah, just push it through the sieve, and then set it in your jars. So I'm just pouring it now into my sterilised jars. Well, hopefully it will set beautifully. See how much we get out of it. We may get more than the 4 jars actually. This was a lot less painstaking in the preparation stage than the sea buckthorn, and we have got a lot more to show for it as well, which is nice. As I said though in the sea buckthorn video, that's not to take away from the sea buckthorn. It's a very unique flavour Something you very rarely come across. It's definitely worth doing. I absolutely love sea buckthorn. I'm very excited to do the sorbet when we get onto that. Yeah, basically I've got 5 jars out of that. It's only small jars, but they're lovely then. So I'm going to let them set. And there we are. There you have it. Elderberry and Blackberry Jam. Elderberries, blackberries, they cost us nothing. We found them out there in the countryside, and you can do the same. Thanks for watching the Lincolnshire Kitchen. Like, comment and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.